We just printed a human-sized Mandalorian Lithophane. Check it out. When Tronxy released their Tronxy XY3 SE, they asked us what we would do with it that is related to photography, and as a Mandalorian fan, I really didn't have any choice in the thing. I needed to print a full-size Mandalorian lithophane. If you're not familiar, a lithophane is a drawing etched on porcelain that is only visible when you shine light through it. But in the lack of porcelain, we opted for 3D printing. Our first challenge was to figure out how to print a full-sized piece. I mean, the Tronxy XY3 SE is big, but it is definitely not capable of making a full human-sized print. The Tronxy has a build volume of 255 by 255 by 260, and our Mando needed to be about 80 centimeters wide and as tall as a person. So we had to cut it in pieces. We used a site called itslitho.com to cut a photo for the Mandalorian into 56 separate tiles. Then, we're going to glue them all together. The Tronxy was a breeze to set up, and we could start printing about 20 minutes after getting the unit out of the box. Printing the actual plates, though, was a different thing. First print was, well, a colossal failure. The higher the print got, the more easy it was for the nozzle to tip it over. And that went on for a while until, oopsie. Not only that, we had 56 plates, and printing those at an average pace of 4.5 hours a plate meant that we will be looking at about 15,000 minutes of printing. This is about 252 hours or 11 days if we printed non-stop. But of course, we needed to sleep, spool changes, and an occasional test, so we're probably looking at 20 days here. Luckily, the SE is super quiet, so we were able to work with the printer running in the same office with us. In the end though, we decided on a slightly different method. We will print a giant rafts and walls on the sides of the plates. Those are perpendicular to the plate and help support it as it towers rises. We also saw that we can print up to 3 plates like this in one shot. We tried 4, but our Cura slicer could not handle the load. So, back to printing. With some time-lapse magic, it looks kinda like this. And 15 days and 6 spools later, we had our 56 plates printed and ready for assembly. The first step was to separate all the plates from their frames. Then, we put all the tiles together and made sure that we had everything we needed. Once we verified that, we flipped Mando over and placed some tape on each of the lines for easy gluing. We used super glue to put the pieces together and used some baking soda where the creases were not deep enough. Getting such a thin installment up in the air is not easy, so we decided to make a frame for it. We used 1 cm aluminum profiles that you'd usually use for glass. To make sure that we have a good fit, we added printed rails to create a snug fit around the lithophane. Then we added some 3D printed bracket so we can tie all of that litho into a couple of light stands. Now, everything was ready to the big assembly and the big reveal. We added the aluminum frame, brackets, and went outside. This is what it looked like. The details on the thing are just crazy. There's a complete post to go along with this video on DIYP, going down into a little more detail about how we did this, so be sure to check the link down in the description below. And if you had any questions about 3D printing photographs or lithophanes or the printer, drop them down in the comments below. This is Udi Tirosh from DIYphotography.net. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, the share button, just hit all the buttons on the screen. Oh, Disney, if you're listening, we are ready for Season 3. We're excited for the Book of Boba Fett, but we also want Season 3.